Now these are my three favorite things about the new Mercedes-Benz C Class. One, the new design. Two, it's the EQ system as well as the two engines that they have on offer over here. I've driven both. And lastly, it's the fact that this is an S-Class Lite. Arrived at the collection point, and this is a vehicle over here, Mercedes-Benz C Class. There's quite a few of them. That's the fleet over there, so any one of those could be next, but at the moment this is it. So what Merc does is they sanitize, they put that on there, so the car is really clean. Ourselves the C200 AMG line. Looks really cool. Now beneath the bonnets, obviously you guys know that everyone's downscaling in terms of engine size, etc. So you've got a C200 with a 1.5 litre engine in it. It's a 1.5 litre turbo. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain because it does what it's supposed to do. Obviously I haven't driven the car hard or anything, but 1.5 litre turbo, it's got 150 kilowatts, 200 newton meters, sufficient. You may or may not know, but I think you probably know this. The upcoming C63, they've got a specific name for it. That's a 2 litre motor with the whole hybrid system, electric motors here and there, and it produces mad amounts of power. So that's where things are going essentially with these cars. And you know, who are we? What do we know? Now's the time to get yourself that C63 or whatever it is. If you're a lover of big engine cars like myself, I still do want the first gen C63, and I will get one, I promise you that now. Now's the time. Alright, so I know I look a bit different. I just came back from the gym actually. So now it's in Sports Plus. Just it pulls, my goodness, it pulls. Hectic. It just warps your mind a little. You can't wrap your head around it. It makes you kind of second guess the whole big engined car thing. Of course you are missing the sound here. I mean, you can't hear anything. It's just like a 4-cylinder 1.5 litre, you know. But anyway, I am about to arrive at my destination. I'm actually going to a place called Northcliffe Hill. We are bright and early on a Tuesday morning. There's a new Jaguar, not a Jaguar Land Rover, a Range Rover Sport that is out. You may have seen it on YouTube, may have seen it on social media, and that's where we're headed. We're headed to drive, well, not drive the new thing. So it's a bit of a weird introduction because normally we'll go out, we'll drive the car and, you know, get a feel for it and then write an article on the car. But this time around, Jaguar Land Rover is doing things a little differently, and we're not going to drive the car, we're just going to preview the car. Right, so we've just arrived at the Jaguar Land Rover Experience Center to check out the new Range Rover Sport, and I can already see it. It looks real proper, this thing. I have a full in-depth video of this new Range Rover Sport on the channel, where I'll actually go through the car with the product specialist. The features and tech in this new Range Rover Sport absolutely blew my mind. So it's actually fascinating the way things are going in terms of car manufacturers and driving dynamics, etc. So you get Mercedes-Benz, which has always been known for having this plush ride and comforts and luxury, etc. And then you get yourself the C Class that I'm driving over here. And the interesting bit about this car is that for me, it strikes a balance. So it's a comfortable ride every day. It's comfortable to drive. It feels good. It feels light, nimble on its feet, and just feather light. It just goes. The 1.5 does a good job. Suspension does a good job, despite the wheels being like really, really low profile. And I think run flats as well, because I didn't see a spare in the back in the boot. It rides well on the road. And the other side of that whole thing is that should you want to push it, should you push this thing and throw it into corners and corner hard and corner fast, it really does handle. Sorry, I saw a friend of mine, I had to hoot. That's weird. Just bumping into friends in traffic, right? So for me, the car handles really, really well. It's got sporty handling, should you wish to drive it that way. Now, when I say the weird thing or the funny part about the way things are going is that when you drive a BMW, so I'm a very, very big fan of how BMWs drive and handle the driving dynamics. But BMW has started changing that now. With their newer models, they don't drive the same way that they used to drive back in the day. They're not these hardcore driver-focused things that they used to be. So BMW is now moving closer to middle ground, you know, trying to cater to everyone. The thing is more comfortable now. It doesn't have those dynamic driving dynamics. That sounds a bit weird. But it doesn't feel, they don't feel as planted and as hardcore and solid and weighted steering wheel. Feels like the car's on tracks. BMW is going the complete opposite direction. And Merc, on the other hand, which has always been known for plush and soft and stuff, this thing really handles well and it drives well. So that's really interesting. It really did surprise me, this car, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so what are my final thoughts on this new C Class? For tech, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Engine performance, 8 out of 10. Comfort, 7 out of 10. And a whopping 9 out of 10 for styling, because this is the AMG line. Now, for R1 million, would I drop my hard-earned money on this new Mercedes-Benz C Class? That'll be a 7 out of 10 for me, which gives the Merc a total score of 38 out of 50, which is a pretty good score.